Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief for August 4th, 2026. How are y'all doing this morning? Woohoo! Man, this is going to be a great day. I get to go to the VA today at 2 o'clock. On a serious note, I got to turn in a blood pressure worksheet at 2 o'clock this afternoon, so keep me in your prayers, please. But, you got to laugh about this sometimes. I know it's serious business going to a doctor and stuff. And they told me like 3 weeks ago, we need you to do 2 weeks worth of, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I lose track. But they said, we need you to do 2 weeks worth of blood pressure readings and bring them back in because we're concerned. So keep me in your prayers, okay? Please. All right. But welcome to the morning brief. 30 minutes. 30 minutes is all I get. And then I roll over and I do it at 8 o'clock Central Time with the JP8 report where I get more and more in depth. All right. So here we go. Welcome. Please, if you're not already a follower of the channel here, please click on that bell beside where you see the JP8 report. Click on the bell, scroll down, click the follow button, and wham, you're a follower. And then give me a thumbs up, like for the day's show. I always tell people, look, whenever I visit someone's podcast, I only got to listen to 15 minutes of Chad Prather before I had to come in here. I always give him a thumbs up. I primed up Vince a while ago to get ready for the raid in 28 minutes. I already gave him a like for the show. It ain't even come on yet. I do that for everybody on Rumble, okay? Just carry on with it with all the other podcasts. By the way, Vince ain't on today. He's got a guest host, Sean Farish. This is if you need a pick me up for this morning, make sure you could carry over with the raid when I do it at 7 o'clock because he's a riot. I can't wait for August 17th, and he has his own show on the Bongino. I think it's gonna be on the Bongino channel. Not sure yet, but he's part of was it Silverlock? Yeah, I wanted to call it Silverado, but it's Silverlock. Okay, so here we go. And don't forget, okay, I said the like, and you can get in the chat. We got Covite for life. He's in the chat right now with me. I'm looking for Luke and looking for Scott, and I'm looking for Rob, but they're probably all asleep at this moment of time. Well, Luke's probably getting his daughter ready for the day. They got a newborn at the house. Okay, so we got all that done, and then we go over to the armament shop. Whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the armament shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns backed by top tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes both online and in person. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the armament shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Coppers Cove or call or text 254-560-2023 or visit www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop, your safety, our priority. All right, so the Iran update. Not much. It was quiet on Fox News where I get my updates and stuff. I tell you, I'm getting worried about Fox because they, I don't know what the deal is with their website, but they're not actually updating their stories like they used to. So it makes the job a little bit harder, but I can still find material for stuff, right? Whether it be politics or they put a bunch of feel good stuff on there instead of actual news. So hopefully, maybe it's because it's the summer and they got interns or something in there. Maybe that's the case, right? I have noticed, and it's off the subject, I have noticed they are pushing Democrats to come on their shows to romanticize the Democrats, and they're talking about the socialists, the DSA people, and stuff. But it makes it harder for the Republicans because it seems like the media is like this every 2 years. Like if you have a Republican president, they're going to push the opposition to get elected faster and more prominently. It gets some more clicks, more sponsors, viewerships, and stuff. And then when the Democrats are in office, they're like, "Oh, we need all these Republicans to fight and win and stuff." So I'm thinking that is, I think that's what's going on. Okay, so you got to be wary of what you listen to. Always be wary. I mean, for me, from Fox, Newsmax, CNN, it's so hard to say, and then MS Now. Okay, you just got to be careful who you listen to and what you listen to. All right, be selective, be a la carte. All right. So with the Iran update, this is the president said this is Iran's last chance at an agreement. There was a vessel struck by a projectile last night off the coast of Oman. Syria and Iraq hold talks yesterday, and they invited the Syrian foreign minister to Iraq. I think that's what the results of that was. Iran reaffirms its support for Hamas. That's concerning. Top Iranian officials go to Iraq and Pakistan. And the U.S. Navy has redirected 44 vessels, disabled 2, and boarded 2 others. The Dow Jones soared yesterday, 693.38 points to 53,178.41. Yeah, look, I fully understand that the stock market is like paper money, okay? It's fake money. It's just investments. Until you actually sell your stock, it doesn't become real money. But I'm telling you, we are at record levels. And if people are saying the stock market, the economy sucks, you need to be looking at who's saying that. Because if people have money to invest in the stock market, that ain't no coffin, man. 693 points is a lot for one day. It's over 53,000. Go back, look at what the stock market was on January 1st, January 20th, 2016, when President. Oh, you know what? Give me a second here. What was the Dow Jones on January 20, 2016? Oh my goodness, no way. Hold on. I'm gonna check this out real quick. Bear with me. Okay, January. Oh, that is really okay. The Dow Jones is 15,989 on January 20th, 2016. That thing has gone up that much in 10 years? 25, 35, 45, like 35,000 points in 10 years. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Go figure, right? Wow. Okay, West Texas Intermediate was at 82.82 cents a barrel, and Brent crude oil was trading just a little while ago at $86.13 a barrel. Man, So I want to write that down. What was that again? January 20th, was it 15,989? 15,989.45. See, I take research notes while I'm on air. What's up with that, guys? Shoo, doggy. I could really use you, Ricky. All right. So here we go. So that's all your Iran update for right now. Okay, so day after tomorrow on the 6th of August, we have Pints and Politics in Belton at the Dead Fish Grill, 6 p.m. at 2207 Lake Road in Belton, Texas, just south of the Belton Dam. This is the best of all the Pints and Politics. All right. So, and then the next one is the Coppers Cove Conservative Club. That's my club that I helped form a few years ago. That's August 11th, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. at Giovanni's in Coppers Cove, 6 p.m. And we're going to have Sheriff Scott Williams as our guest speaker on that day also, all right? And then the next announcement is Coryell County Republican Women. They are they're having their Boots and Bling on the 22nd of August at the Texas Station Event Center at 305 Old Fort Gates Road. Great food from El Tapatio. We have some auctions. The Texas Connection is going to perform. Steve Munisteri is going to be the guest speaker from Governor Abbott's office, and you can buy your tickets by the QR code right there. That's on the bottom left-hand corner, or that link. And the link, I'm going to tell you a bit more about that in just a second. The next one is the 29th of August. Coryell County Republican Party is going to have a Patriot Range Day at the Holly Gun Range from 10 to 5, $20 a person. Shoot as much as you want. It's off Bald Knob Road, just south of Gatesville. And then Curmudgeon's Honeymead is going to be a sponsor. You can partake in their refreshments after you get done shooting, because we all know guns and alcohol don't mix. But so they're going to have a system where if you want to drink, you got to lose your wristband or something like that, okay? And then my last announcement is going to be the 26th of September, the Coryell County Republican Party Fish Fry, 6 p.m. at the Texas Station Event Center. Catfish, right? And it's going to be a great evening, along with there's going to be auction items there too. Let's see, and then our guest speakers are Senator Pete Flores from SD24, my senator. And then we're going to have Dorinda Randall. She's the chairwoman of the Texas Republican Party. Those are going to be our guest speakers. All right. Now, if you want to buy tickets to either one of those two events, Boots and Bling or the Fish Fry, if you go to the description of the podcast, you will see toward the bottom. Sometimes you have to click see more, but you'll see CCRW tickets, Boots and Bling, and you see the link right there. You can click that link, or the next one down is for the Fish Fry. Click that link, and you can buy your tickets, or buy a table if you want. All right. So that's all my announcements. Let's go with as much of the news we can get before we hit 7 o'clock. All right. So it came out over the weekend that Tucker Carlson and Thomas Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene want to launch a third party. They said the time has come. The movement has come. All right. 3 losers. Former Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene posted a photo this weekend of herself, Tucker, and Thomas Massie, along with the statement said, the movement has come. Last month, Carlson said he was planning to create a new political party. Greene's photo posted on X featured the 3 who have been sidelined over their opposition to President Trump, his agenda, and suggests discussions on a third party are continuing. We said no more foreign wars, and we meant it, and supported Donald Trump because he made the promise. But he betrayed us all, and she's a piece of trash. Okay, so let me put it like this: the president's part of his oath is to defend our country and the Constitution. You have a country that for 40 something years has a stated goal of developing a nuclear weapon, and the moment they were able to achieve said nuclear weapon, they were going to use it on Iran. And if they have a delivery system that can launch one all the way to the United States, they would do it the same way, because you have the great Satan and you have the greater Satan. You know what? You hear that all the time. I guess you got earmuffs on your head and stuff because you can't see the forest through the trees. I'll use metaphors all day if I want. You are a piece of work, lady. You stole from the government. Yes, that's right. You waited one day after your eligibility date to submit your resignation from Congress. If you were so apt to doing what the country wanted, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you would have resigned with no pension. Now you get $982 a month for the rest of your life because you were a congresswoman for 5 years and 1 day. Yeah, really. 5 years and 1 day. Because if you didn't know, people, that if you serve 5 years, you qualify for a congressional pension. So she was so much in awe of supporting the American people and doing what we want, and she felt like she was being sidelined. She should have resigned before she hit that moment. She did that on purpose. And Tucker Carlson, he got fired. Right? He got fired. Yeah, they may not say it publicly, but he got fired. That was the reports that came out of Fox News back in 2023. He got fired from Fox for some bad stuff he was doing in the public, not behind closed doors. All right. And Thomas Massie, he lost his primary, which he should have in the first place. You are here for one reason: to support the president and to support the people that voted for you, that support the president, and y'all weren't doing it. Does anyone even listen to Tucker Carlson that's got a brain? I mean, it brings me back to the Scarecrow. If I only had a brain. Yeah. You know what? That's true. Because he's a fair weather Republican. He's not even a Republican anymore. You really don't know what Tucker Carlson actually believes. What he does, he probably takes a poll. Maybe I should talk about this today. Yeah. Does he even believe what he even talks about? Him and his stupid little laugh he does. Yeah. Okay. Losers. All three of them are losers. And anyone that believes him, man, she's a thief. All right. Let me calm down. I'm glad I already taken my blood pressure for the day. Since we're already halfway through the program, give me a like for the program, please, okay, as I calm down. On good news, it looks like today, as I'm going on the air with the JP8 report at 8 a.m. Central, the Senate Judiciary Committee is going to meet, and they're going to vote Todd Blanche out of committee onto the floor of the Senate so he can get confirmed as the next Attorney General for the United States. All right? John Cornyn and Thom Tillis, both rhinos, issued a joint statement Monday confirming their plans to support Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche for confirmation to the post. The senators had sought written confirmation from the Department of Justice that it would abandon the anti-weaponization fund that it had briefly established as part of a settlement with the IRS over the leak of President Trump's tax returns. And then Todd Blanche obliged. And I said it yesterday. Just give him proof. Now, you already said it wasn't going to happen, so just give him a permission slip, sign it, and just give it to him. And they did. All right? So we'll have Todd Blanche as the next Attorney General. I still don't like John Cornyn, and I still think he should resign. for his actions as after he lost the primary runoff. He won't openly come out and support Ken Paxton. Won't allow him to help him raise money and help him campaign. He should. He should. Right. Let's go to him. Keep going. Next, in the U.S. Senate battle for South Carolina, there was another debate yesterday, right? And from what I saw on Facebook, they said Darlene Graham won after some of her stances. She is firmly behind. She is firmly behind President Trump. He keeps calling for the passage of the Save America Act. She's fully engrossed into getting that passed. She openly states in the forum they had yesterday that she supports doing away with the filibuster in the Senate to get the president's agenda passed. And she said eventually the Democrats are going to do away with the filibuster. You know, they started this madness with Harry Reid with appointments and stuff during the Obama years, right? And it just carried on. And where we're at now, we're so polarized as a country with our political party system that the filibuster, the 60 vote threshold for cloture is what's holding things back. Okay, because you can't do everything in a budget resolution, but not resolution, reconciliation. All right, so she fully supports doing away with the filibuster. She fully supports the president in Iran. Mark Sanford, the former Playboy governor of South Carolina, running for the U.S. Senate. I wouldn't touch that man with a 10-foot pole. Do you know, if you don't remember me talking about this a couple weeks ago, and I'll put it out again, Mark Sanford left the state of South Carolina for a whole week and nobody knew where he was. And he flew to Brazil to be with his Argentine girlfriend while he was married, right? And had a vacation with her, and then came back and nobody knew where he was at. He made up some lie to where he was going and stuff, and everyone took it. Could you imagine if a natural disaster or something really, really bad happened in South Carolina and they couldn't get a hold of the governor? This man should be nowhere around politics at all. At all. And then Ralph Norman. Ralph Norman is a good, serious candidate, except for he's 73 years old. All right? We need younger blood in our politics. We need younger blood. All right? Yeah, so they said that she won. She fully supports the president. You know, her brother, Lindsey Graham, he only died 2 weeks ago, but he was against doing away with the filibuster, and she supports eliminating the filibuster. That's about the only two areas we've noticed that she differs from her brother. All right. The special primary is next Tuesday on August 11th. All right. Man, it's getting down to brass tacks. Wow. All right. Next. We'll talk about that one. Well, there's primary day in Michigan and in Kansas and in Virginia. So, and there's two other states that the primary days in. You need to go vote either in the Republican primary. Forget the Democrat primary. Let's just vote in the Republican primary. All right. One of the things that that's going on is it just came out in Michigan. It's Haley Stevens versus Abdul El-Sayed in that primary for the Democrats. It just came out a video in which Abdul El-Sayed openly supports giving driver's license to illegal aliens. I mean, there's a whole lot wrong with the man. That's just icing on the cake right there. We've seen a rash of CDL drivers out there. They're illegal aliens that were they couldn't even read or speak English, and they were killing people. And now this guy supports giving driver's license to illegal aliens. And there was a interview that came out from 2018 showing this. All right, I'll go more into that because I'm running. It's already 6:55. So Allison Burroughs, she's a federal judge in Massachusetts. Oh my goodness. So an appeals court the other day allowed, was it appeals court? Yeah, that granted President Trump a win on TPS, temporary protective services or something like that. For people who live in foreign countries that are in temporary protected status. That's what it was. And so they said you can start sending people back home, right? In Haiti and one other country. Well, the people that filed that judgment went back to the judge and they reworded the lawsuit against the president, and she did it again and reestablished temporary protected status for those group of people so they can't be deported. Well, Congressman Andy Ogles from Tennessee said, I've had enough. And yesterday, he introduced articles of impeachment for her. So we may have an impeachment trial to remove a federal judge from the bench. If they could put James Boasberg in there too, I would be happy because he's doing the same thing as she's doing. All right. But that's going to happen momentarily. The way things move in D.C., I don't think it's going to happen in the first place. All right. Let's see. I'm priming up the raid for a few minutes from now. Remember, Sean Farish is going to be on Vince today. Okay, I'm ready. Let's see. House committee wants to see records of how New Jersey found out that voter registrations were illegal. Two House committees have requested documents and communications from New Jersey's election chiefs, official about how they about the alleged software errors that permitted the 6,600 non-citizens to be on voter rolls. The House Administration and Judiciary Committee sent requests to New Jersey Lieutenant Governor and Secretary of State Dade Caldwell on Monday, according to the letter obtained by Just the News. The letter was signed by Brian Steele and Jim Jordan, Laurel Lee, and Jeff Van Drew. Last month, New Jersey Governor Mickey Sherrill announced that a software glitch in which the company NVIDIA says, no, we didn't have a software glitch, resulted in the state's motor vehicle system accidentally registering 6,600 people, non-citizens, to vote. And she said as many 400 might have voted in recent elections. However, NVIDIA said, no, they did not make that mistake. And so we got two committees in the Congress that says we want answers. All right. 6:59. We're out of time. It's going to be, we got 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and initiate the raid. I will see everybody back at 8 a.m. Central with the JPA report. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. And as I click enter, the green arrow, there we go. And the raid is confirmed. I will see everybody in 1 hour. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out.